I hope my
It
okay.
worked.
We are
It
live.
worked.
All right. So welcome everyone to Fine Editions. This is Comlink Chatter podcast, and today we will be talking about Jango Fett Open Seasons. This comic book came out, I believe it was in 2002. Let me pull
I was
this up.
one.
Oh, what? I was 4, I think. Shows my age. Let me
not
see.
not that much older. Come on.
I was not old enough to see Attack of the Clones or even remember any of the setup for it or the advertisement, all that kind of stuff.
I wasn't even conscious of my existence yet, bro.
Yes, me too. So, Jango Fett Open Seasons came out in September 4th, 2002. It was released monthly. It was only 4 issues. No, actually, it ended in September 4th, but it started May 1st. It was
Oh,
published by Dark Horse Comics, and it was written by probably one of my favorite authors, Hayden Blackman. Have you read much of his stuff?
um, I don't know exactly like what he did, but maybe
So he
did he do
did.
the mall comics?
No, he didn't do that.
No,
Um, have you read some of the Republic comics?
I've read like a few here and there, but I need to like sit down and you know.
So he wrote, was it the Battle of Jabim arc?
Oh, I know that's
So,
very important. That's
so
like
the
the ending,
stuff,
right?
yes, especially the ending. He wrote that storyline, and then I believe the conclusion to that storyline.
Okay.
Um, whenever Obi-Wan gets found. I mean, we know that we've seen the movies, but he wrote that. He also wrote the comic book. I think it was a 3 issue series about. It was a tie into the Starfighter video game. I think it was
I don't know.
Crossroads, Crossbones. And then he also wrote The Force Unleashed 1 and 2.
Okay. W.
Um,
I know
and
that.
then, let's see, was there anything else? I think that's the thing that he's most known for. Yeah, a lot of Republic. He wrote Rogue Leader, the comic series.
Is that the one that
Uh,
goes along with X-Wing?
it's a prequel to the X-Wing comic series.
Oh, okay, okay. I've seen like I scrolled through those comics, but I never like read it. Because when I
So,
started reading X-Wing, I wanted to get like a visual for some things, so I went to
no,
that.
I gotcha. I read so I with my reading of the X-wing series, I read I think Rogue Squadron, and then I think I read Wedge's Gambit or Gamble or whatever it is.
That's what I'm
Um,
reading right now.
you're reading that right now. That's a good one.
And
Uh,
it's pretty good. I have to
did
get back
you
on it, man. But I'm
did
just
you?
doing so many things at once. I just can't
I
balance
got
it.
you. Did you read about the museum yet?
Mm, nah, I'm at the
Okay.
part where they, or maybe I haven't. I just missed it. I'm at the
Okay.
part where they will go to Kessel to free some Black Sun people.
Okay. I
Yeah.
have to reread that. Whenever we finish the like the Rogue Squadron branded books, we should do like a review of it.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I'm
and
down for
then
that.
we can do a part 2 about the Wraith Squadron books. Um, but I'm getting through what is it? Back to War, and so yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
Kratos Trap I think might be my favorite because there's some drama type stuff in it because I can really get attached to the characters. But there was a series of X-wing books that came out. I believe it was in the '90s, and they are a prequel to the books. Um,
Oh,
and so this Rogue Leader comic that Hayden Blackman wrote was a prequel to those. So a prequel to a prequel. Uh, and it showed,
Jesus.
yeah, it showed kind of the forming of the Rogue Squadron, which is really good. It's a quick read, just like this one.
Wait, like
Um,
the original Rogue Squadron? Like with the
like with Wedge and Tycho, I
okay.
think. So like,
Is
because
Corrin in it at all, or is it like way before
I
that?
think I think Corin isn't Corin's first appearance
That was an
the
X-Wing,
original,
but I don't know.
or his first like his introduction to Rogue Squadron, isn't that in the Rogue Squadron book, or am
Yeah,
I?
I thought it was, but sometimes the timeline's a bit wacky, so I don't know.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I don't remember Corin being in it. There are some other characters that show up later in like the New Republic era in those comics.
Okay.
But it dives into Wedge some more, and different things there. But that's what this X-wing Rogue Leader book was about. He also wrote Star Wars Obsession. Um,
Was that the Old Republic one?
let's see. That is the one when that was in the Clone Wars, the Republic Comics one.
Okay. I'm tripping then. Because I remember Old Republic book having a similar name. It's so many books, man.
He also wrote a couple of Clone Wars adventures, those little like bite-sized tales that they had in like traders,
Oh,
like
the
trade.
ones for TCW?
No, for Gindy's books or
Oh,
Gindy's
okay,
show.
because there was also but now I'm confused if the Clone Wars Adventures was a game or the comic. No.
There's a lot of things with the name Clone Wars Adventures. I think there was the MMO. There was just Clone Wars Adventures, which was a kind of a spin-off tie-in to Gendy Tarkovsky's Clone Wars show.
Oh, such a
Uh,
great
it's
show.
it's drawn just like it. Um, and then he did a Purge comic, um, which which I remember being really good. He was a writer on like the some of the movie tie-in games, um, Galaxies, Force Unleashed, the Starfighter game.
Oh, he wrote for Galaxies?
He did.
I was actually playing Galaxies a few months back. I got
Oh
the
yeah.
emulator for it was for a server called Star Wars Galaxies Legends.
Oh yes. I've looked into that. I don't have time for it, but I was like, I kind of want to.
Same. It's a grind. It's a
Yes,
grind, but
I
it
can barely
seems
play the
fun.
MMO they have now. That's still Legends. Like, oh, he actually wrote the story um, Into the Great Unknown, when Indiana Jones and Han Solo have that little crossover.
Oh, okay. We were just talking about that.
We were. Um, what's that?
Oh no, I just coughed.
Oh, um, he wrote two Darth Vader comics series. Darth Vader and the Lost Command, and then Darth Vader in the Ghost Prison. Um, both I remember as being pretty good ones. Um, but yeah, that's kind of his work that he's had. Oh,
Pretty solid.
he was the project leader on the MMO Star Wars Galaxies.
Oh,
So he
very
was,
solid.
yeah. Oh my gosh. He's probably an author that I would continue to follow after Like after I read all of Star Wars, like I would go to his work.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know what else he writes for.
Actually, Open Seasons was one of the first like Legends stuff that I ever read.
Really?
Like I started with the Thrawn trilogy and I read Dark Empire, and it was around the time I think I started Dark Empire because I started it and then I stopped,
Hmm.
and like a few months later I restarted it and then I finished it.
Yeah.
So I think in between that time where I like started and stopped Dark Empire, I read those comics. So it was like the third Legends thing I ever read.
Oh man. I can't remember. It might have been a little bit later into it, possibly. I don't know. When did this book come out? So I read it from the Menace Reveal, Volume One, from the Epic Collection, 2018. I say that, but that was like
I read it in like
5 years ago.
yeah, I read it in like 2022 or 2021.
Okay,
So it wasn't yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
I gotcha. So I think issue two of this was in the Bounty Hunter video game, starring Jango Fett, and it was an unlockable
Oh,
thing. Did you ever play any of that game?
I yeah, I played it. I never finished it, but
Okay.
I remember it being like really cool back in the day. And then
Yeah,
I tried replaying it, and it's so wonky, like the
it is.
mechanics for it.
Um, I I got it whenever it came out on the PlayStation 4. Um, and the controls were wonky. I ended up not playing it for a while, and then I played it again, got really into it, got used to the controls, the wonkiness, all that stuff. Then I just got to a level where I was like, this is so hard. It's like parkour, jetpack parkour, and it was rough. But I ended up just wanting to get the story for it. So I just watched all the cutscenes, which I honestly might have been at like the second to last level. Um, but yeah, if I get too lazy to um, finish a video game, I'll just watch the cutscenes. But
Makes
yeah,
sense.
that was one of the unlockable things was I think issue two of this, which I mean, you're tying in media, you're trying to make all the money you can, you're trying to tell stories that you might not be able to tell in the game, um, but because we know in the game, and the game was written by Hayden Blackman as well,
Hmm.
and so it's completely, yeah, like it's very consistent. Um, and so yeah, I think the game story is really great. I wish they would like update the controls and graphics and stuff for it, kind of like they're doing
Yeah.
for I think they're updating the graphics for, is it Dark Forces?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wish, listen, I'm happy about that. I
Yeah.
am. Don't get me wrong. But have you seen the remake that somebody did?
Oh no, I didn't.
Man, can I show you real quick?
Sure.
1 second. Because you watched the trailer, right, for the remake of Dark Forces?
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with it.
It didn't look too different. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was still stills. Like I was expecting like something in like Unreal Engine or something.
That's the thing. The guy remade it in Unreal Engine. He
Oh,
remade the
he did.
first level. Yeah,
Oh,
it's actually like really, really amazing, man. Like, where is it? Let me present share screen. Oh God, I just got flashbanged. All right.
Oh my,
Do you see this?
what is
Look at this, man. It
this?
looks so
This is
good.
what I want.
This is what I thought they meant. I thought they picked up this guy's project.
Oh
But
my god,
look at this. It looks so good. It looks better than Jedi Survivor, man, in my
it
opinion.
does.
Like it's actually it looks so good. Like look at this side by side, man.
Is this like? Oh my gosh.
It was like a fan project that he remade.
You know how many levels are even in the game? I don't
I
remember.
don't know, but he added like he literally remade it from scratch and he
Wow.
added a whole bunch of extra stuff on the levels so it doesn't look like super simple, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause like it went from that, like from this to that. Like it's crazy.
that is. The fans do it better.
They do.
Oh my
Look
gosh,
at it,
that's
man.
beautiful. The poor people that are going to listen to this audio on Spotify, they're going to be like, "What?
You guys
Who?
can search it up. Just Dark Forest level 1. Dark Forces level 1 remake.
Man, who posted this? Who made this?
I don't know the guy's name, but he is a game developer. Like he works in other games and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Unreal Engine 4.
dang.
Oh, there it is. Jason something. Let me see. Jason Lewis is his name.
Oh, look, Fine Editions is live right now. No.
yeah, this is like the official video apparently.
Wow,
Like
that's
the thing is, he is one man and he had to make everything that you see from scratch, like all the
wow.
models, everything.
The only thing that I'm like, oh no, there's a problem. Is how is the moldy crow floating there?
I know, right? But it does look amazing though,
Oh my gosh.
like holy crap, man. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot what we were talking about.
No, you're good. We were talking about them doing something like this, um, and making the Jango Fett, bounty hunter
Oh
game
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that would be nice. Like, I don't think we've ever had like in the modern era of Star Wars, we haven't had any like good bounty hunter. Like, we haven't had a bounty hunter game, have we?
No.
Oh
We've
man.
barely had anything, man.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
it just it makes me sad.
yeah.
Like I
They
wish we could have
tried.
like a online game like Galaxies or KOTOR or SOTOR, but like a bit more updated, you know, with better combat.
Yeah. Which I guess the closest thing would be on SWTOR. You could play as bounty hunters, but
Yeah, but
um,
that came out in like 2011.
yeah, they're still updating it, but
Yeah.
wish they would update graphics more. It- It's like I think some of them. Sometimes they update them a little bit, and so you have your made character from whenever the game started, and then they're over here looking like Clayface, and then the
Yep.
new characters are like all clean and stuff. But yeah,
I wish they
um,
would update combat. I'm not like super hyped about like the whole point and click
I
uh
got
you know. I like
you.
more
Yeah,
interactive combat.
I got you. Um, so that was some of the history about Hayden Blackman. He also worked on some study guides, not study guides, but like dictionaries and essential guides and different things there. He also did
Okay.
write, or at least co-write, the Star Wars Galaxies, Ruins of Dantooine, the greatest. Star Wars cover ever. I think it's just a screenshot from the game and its terrible graphics.
I'm searching it up. Ruins of Dantooine, you said?
Yes.
It's pretty funny.
Yes. It's just a screenshot from the game.
This is some true modern Lucasfilm level stuff, but back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe
This one should have been in the Essentials Legends collection.
absolutely. No. Okay. They actually made a post on April 1st that they were going to do that and do that for the
No.
Essential Legends collection.
No, but they don't have to remake the cover. Just leave it
Oh, of
with
course
this
not. No,
one.
no, no.
It's
Um,
gonna blend in just fine.
yeah, it's fine. Um, all right. So going to the story of Jango Fett open season. So um, the story opens up, and actually, this was something that I loved about all of the issues that they had a prologue and epilogue of kind of what, but it tied into the story. Um,
Yeah.
this was all his like reputation throughout the whole story, which made it more fast paced. Um,
It's an
but
interesting way of looking at it. It's not
yeah,
just jump into the story, look at it from his point of view, you know?
right. Because it starts off with Count Dooku meeting with Darth Sidious,
Yeah.
and they're talking about the grand plan and the need for a prime like clone specimen. And this it takes place in the timeline about 10 years before the Battle of
Phantom
Geonosis.
Menace? Oh,
No, before. So yeah,
never
it would
Geonosis.
be right after Phantom Menace, because there's a
Yeah.
10-year gap there. Um, man, uh, Palpatine didn't waste any time.
No, he
Um,
didn't.
no, I mean, have you read Darth Plagueis? I think
I
I'm
have
asking.
not. I've only read like New Republic era stuff, pretty much. Only a few comics here and there that
Mhm,
aren't like New Republic era stuff.
I
I
got you.
think I told you about this. It's because like eras that are super like oversaturated, like the Clone Wars and the Old Republic, I just kind of
Yeah,
stay away from that.
no, I got you. It
It's
makes
just a
sense.
me thing. Yeah.
No, I gotcha. So yeah, it opens up with Count Dooku meeting with Palpatine 10 years before Episode 2, so Phantom Menace, and they're talking about his reputation, and they're talking about just the different things that Fett had. He was a suggestion for from Count Dooku. And he said that he was from the planet of Concordon, and that is
Hmm.
a planet in the Mandalorian system. So he is by blood a Mandalorian, um, which that whole thing in the Clone Wars, um, I don't know.
You mean the
Uh,
show, the Clone Wars
yes,
show?
the show The Clone Wars, whenever they said that Jango Fett was not a Mandalorian, um,
Man, what's
it
up with
caused.
half of Concord Dawn just being gone in New Canon?
Yeah,
Like half of it is just gone. No explanation, nothing. It's just gone. Like,
man. Does it appear in New Canon at all?
yeah, it doesn't. I actually don't know if it appears in the Clone Wars, but it does appear in Rebels.
Ah, let me
Cause
see.
Fan Rao, cheap copy of Finn's Chaisa, in my opinion. But um, yeah, he is like the leader of the Protectors of Concordon or something like that.
Uh, oh, I know what you're talking about. That had to do with Sabine, right?
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
Concordon is like purple or something.
Hmm. We I can't change anything there. That's why this is my canon right here.
Yes, sir.
But um, yes, so he is of blood, full blood Mandalorian. Lived in the system, lived on one of their planets. Um, and the thing with the Mandalorians is they don't care about blood anyway. You don't have to be by blood a Mandalorian. Uh, like I'm just getting that for the people that are like, well, technically. And it
Oh, but
was
in
later,
Mandalorian season 3, they mentioned being a pure blood.
yes,
Sorry, man.
which they actually retconned it within the expanded universe. That I think it was just the, um, I think it was Prime Minister Olmec from the Clone Wars that he was just lying because of what we're going to be talking about soon. But it kind of, this comic starts where there is a skirmish of Mandalorians fighting, and so you've got two factions here. You've got Death Watch, um, which I feel like we still haven't heard the end of Death Watch. But and then we
I,
have the
I
true
think this was it,
Mandalorians.
no?
What's that?
I think this was it. This is when Death Watch ends in Legends continuity, no?
Well, I still consider the Clone Wars as a continuation of it, like of Legends. I see it as kind of it's kind of this like kind of a mix. Like I still consider the like TCW and the tie-in material as um, a part of the um, expanded
Expanded
universe.
universe.
Yeah.
I used to, but I don't anymore
Okay.
because I watched we were just talking about him too,
Yeah.
Ed Larkin. I watched
Hmm.
like the two 1 hour videos that he made on it, and I was like,
Yeah.
makes sense.
Which some of the videos like I feel like the Clone Wars can definitely be retconned to make sense within the expanded universe. I don't like it, but I don't like that it contradicts some things with other things. But I really like the tie-in comic books because
Mm.
they even tie in with the Republic comic books, and the tie-in novels tie in with the New Republic books, and it's kind of wild.
It's
Um,
a bit of a mess, and it's all Dave Filoni's fault.
well, I wouldn't say it was all his fault. I think some of it was George's, um, but uh, but yeah. So technically, this was the end of the. Um, this was probably the last time we see the Death Watch before Dave Filoni brought them back. Which
Mhm.
just reading the comics, I can see why he did it. Um,
Yeah.
because I mean they're really really cool. Um,
If I
so
were
you got
to bring it back, I would have brought it back with Django's sister,
oh
because she's still alive in Legends. I don't know exactly like what happens there, but I
yeah
know that she's still alive, and she used to run with Death Watch for a while, so that would make
ooh
sense.
yeah. So Django is just out in the fields because he's a farmer, and so he ends up seeing there's the true Mandalorians, which are led by Jasta Muriel. Hey Alex, he just said hello in the chat.
What's up, Alex?
So he is leading the True Mandalorians, and Jesta Muriel. The history behind him is that name was originally the name um, of Boba Fett, I believe. There
Yeah.
was a Was it the Tales of the Bounty Hunter? Whenever they say that his name used to be Jester Muriel, and they had this whole
Ah, I don't know, but I know that in Dark Empire they do mention him being like a stormtrooper turned rogue.
yes. So they that was of course a continuity error for a short time because they had it where Jango Fett had his backstory. It was in the books. It was in the comics. They didn't touch it in the movies because he was dead
Mm.
to them. But then they brought him back in the comics and stuff. And so George made episode two, and he decided to change that, which I'm sure he had to give permission for how they were going to treat Boba Fett and the backgrounds and things. But he decided to change it, which he completely can. And so what the expanded universe did, what they're best known for, and that is to um, create correct continuity errors. George Lucas even made a few continuity errors in the movies that the expanded universe did clean up. Like I think Obi-Wan says, "For 1,000 generations, the Jedi served the Republic," but then I think Palpatine or Masamita or someone says, "Well, there hasn't been war in the galaxy for 1,000 years," and it's like, well, what is it? And so they, of course, explain the Rusan Reformation and the different things there. But in here, we're introduced to Jasta Muriel as the leader of the Mandalorians, and then also Boba Fett. Oh no, not Boba. Jango Fett as a child, looking just like Kid Boba Fett, which makes sense because they're clones.
Yeah.
Um, and so um, the Fett. What's that?
No, I just scoffed. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, no, you're good. You're good. Um, what do you think of this introduction here?
I like it. And you were mentioning the Jessamine obscure lore. I actually don't mind how they retconned it.
Yeah,
Because they kind of made it seem like Boba just wanted people to believe whatever and kind of
right.
remain like mysterious. Like nobody knew where he came from, really.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually like that. It's very like on brand with Boba.
Right. Yeah.
I really like that. The only
Um,
thing that I don't like about Boba's story in Legends is how many times he goes in the Sarlacc pit.
or how many times he
That's a bit
dies.
goofy to me. Yeah, that's a bit goofy to me, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's like he must have a place to live down there. Oh
True.
no, Boba went into a Sarlacc pit. He's just trying to escape from his wife, which
It's like a
we'll
yearly
get in.
holiday or something, bro.
Yeah, which yeah, we'll get into. Eventually, I want to review Blood Ties, or Boba Fett Blood Ties, because I feel like uh, that's the
Is
Boba Fett
that?
comic book.
Oh, the ones that I
Yeah.
said Concordon is in?
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
Which I think those are fantastic. I actually read them out of order. I read Boba Fett is dead before whatever the first arc was. Um, I
Boba's
got
story's so
the
tragic, man.
yeah. Um, sorry. Oh no, you're good. You're good, Alex. Um,
Have I ever talked to Alex?
have you met
I think I
Alex?
have. I don't know. No, now I'm confused.
No, you're good. Um, so after this, um, his name is Tor Vizsla. Now, of course, I don't know what his the relation with Pre Vizsla is. I'm sure they're related somehow, or they could not be, and they just took the name Vizsla and put it in. put it in the Clone Wars for that. But
They don't look like each other.
they don't. I mean, you
I
have
think he's blonde, right?
yeah, blonde, blue
Previously?
eyes.
Yeah.
But yeah. So he ends up kidnapping Django, and then he ends up, taking the family. They of course fight with the Death Watch, um, and something I like about this is how unique the armor is.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The different helmets and stuff.
yeah, different helmets, especially the Death Watch helmets. Like, they're not my favorite. I love the Super Commando helmet that Jango Fett uses, but the I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but the Death Watch helmets in this.
Actually,
Let's.
my profile picture on YouTube is Justin. I sent Yo in the chat. It's literally the cover from this comic. It's been for like 3 years.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And I think I remember seeing that. Uh, but what what story has Django's sister in it?
I don't know. I I would have to look into that or ask the all knower, aka Brandon.
Yeah,
Um, because but I know that there's something. I know that I'm not like delusional about this, but I know that she does come back like
yeah.
later on. Like she's not dead. That's all I know.
Because I do actually like how vague it is, because Django runs into the woods and he hears so much, explosion and death, and then he runs into Jaster Muriel and the new Mandalorians. And so, like, and it, like, he just says, "Your family's dead." Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
very
That's
Mandalorian thing to say too.
what's that? Oh yeah,
I said it's a very Mandalorian thing to say, like, your family's dead, get over it. You wanna come with us?
um, you remember Montross from the Bounty Hunter game?
Yeah, he's in here, right? He is
Yes,
the second in command.
yes. Of the new Mandalorians?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like Jester's right arm or something, right hand.
hmm Which I thought it was interesting, like his character in the Bounty Hunter game. We'll have
Yeah,
to we'll have to do Django Fett Part Two and go through that
all the
game,
game.
and then there was some like really close prequel comics to Episode Two where him and Zam Wessel do some things that are pretty good.
Okay.
Um, okay, so Arla Fett, I'm pulling it up on Wikipedia.
That's his
Um,
sister, right?
yes, she appears in which I'm not surprised that she shows up in these, but the Republic Commando books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
which I didn't know that she was like brought back. Honestly, I forgot that he had a sister. I
Yeah, I
just
think when
believe,
she comes back, she's like crazy and like super psycho or something.
yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Um, but anyway, Django ends up getting adopted by this group of Mandalorians, and they continue to kind of, um, you know, try to take out the Death Watch because they're wreaking havoc to the town, the countryside, all this stuff. Um, and Let's see. Yeah, they show up in a town and they're having a just a shootout, and
I love how Western it looks, man.
I was gonna say that too. Um, yeah, it's basically it's being a Western right now, doing it better than the Mandalorian. I mean, the Mandalorian I think was really good at representing the Western to it. Uh,
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if John Favreau like read this, um, because he does take a lot from this and implement it into his show. But it's crazy
I
to
actually
see.
love seeing this because my character, my original character is from Concord Dawn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like the whole clan is from Concord
nice.
Dawn. So like it's cool being able to see this.
Yeah, which it is the few times we see Concord on.
Yeah, I
Um,
other than the two comics we talked about, I don't think we ever see it in Legends anymore, which sucks, but it is what it is.
now I gotta look it up.
I mean,
Um,
we barely even see Mandalore in Legends, like not Clone Wars Mandalore, because
right.
in Legends it's different.
Yeah.
Like the planet didn't get glassed, like Sundari doesn't exist. Like the main city is Kaldabe, there is no central government. Every clan
Right.
rules itself.
Which I think this did. This was kind of contradicted with the Clone Wars, but then they ended up retconning it so it would fit.
Yeah.
Uh, and so what's going on here is we have the Death Watch, and then we have the true Mandalorians, which is a very bold claim to make. Um, but I would say that based off like some of the traditional Mandalorian type ways, like they want to keep it good and traditional. Um, and then you have Chaos, which is the Death Watch. And the whole retcon was that they were too busy fighting, and then we'll see later they eventually kill each other off, and then this new organization, uh, a new group of Mandalorians rise there, and they're supported by the Republic because they're pushing to be pacifists, and they're like pacifist Mandalorians. Yes, let's do that. We don't need them to cause more wars. Um, and
Blasphemy.
yeah, which it all kind of makes sense once that's retconned in, and then also taking it with uh, like kind of how the Clone Wars is not completely true. It's kind of taken like bits and pieces can be taken, um, with the it potentially being like propaganda, um,
uh,
which
I like that narrative, kind of, but like also at the same time, like I said, I'm not like this. I'm not a specialist in this time period in the original EU,
mhm,
but I don't feel like the Clone Wars show adds a lot to what we already had with the
right,
multimedia project.
yeah,
So that's why I kind of like disregard it. I like the Clone Wars; it's very nostalgic to me. Like,
right,
but I kind of see it as its own thing or part of new canon. I don't
right,
see it as like I don't count it as part of the Legends continuity, in my opinion. But like
right.
I know that the Holocron Keeper at the time, he did try to explain it kind of,
He did.
but like to me it was just too much like brain gymnastics, and I was like, just
Yeah, it
nah.
shouldn't have been that complicated. I don't like that it's that complicated, but I'm willing to live with it, to have it in my head like, oh, there's some
100%.
lore here that we don't get to see, which I wish that they would, instead of like replying to tweets or forums or whatever, that they would just be like, okay, here's a short story. Here's a account of the Mandalorian Civil War, which there might be bits and pieces of that, but I haven't found anything. I could be wrong though.
Mhm.
But Django's almost killed by some of the Death Watch, but Justin Muriel ends up helping him, and they end up taking them and adopting them. And so that it concludes issue number one. What did
He
you
actually
think
gets
of?
his first kill too.
Yeah, he did. What did you think of issue number one?
I love it, especially because like we get to see Concord Dawn. Django is very like I don't know. He's very like Boba, especially Boba in the comics that you were talking about, like
Hmm.
young Boba. Like
Yeah,
he's scared, but he'll still do it. You know, like
right.
even when Django takes him on an assignment when he's little. I think it's on those comics to
Hmm.
where he's like take the shot. And like Django, Boba doesn't really want to do it, but he still does it.
Hmm.
So like here, he's like scared, but he still like plants the bomb. He still like kills the guy. Like he does what he has to do to survive. You know,
Yeah,
I really like it.
for sure. Yeah, I one of the things that which kind of makes me go, how tough is that armor? Because in the one of the panels we see Django crying over the dead Death Watch, um, and a Death Watch member, and his armor is like split up, and I'm like, what kind of round were they using?
I
Um,
think at this point in Legends, Beskar was very diluted.
was it
I
okay?
could be wrong, but I think it was very diluted because I remember they find a pure vein of it uh after they use in Long War.
Okay, so it's very diluted. All
So
right.
if that's like, and they do kind of talk about that a little bit of like it
Mhm.
being a little bit diluted. So I don't think it's like pure Beskar
Yeah.
that they all have. Maybe like a piece or another, but not everything.
I knew that Jenga or Boba Fett had some diluted mixed with Durasteel and stuff. I wasn't sure what Jango's armor was like, which Boba's armor is Jango's armor, but it's
Yeah,
slightly alterated, um, and yeah, um, probably worn out over the years, and he just had to touch it up with Durasteel. Um,
yeah.
from all the Sarlacc pits. Um,
All
uh,
five of them.
all five of them. Um, that was oh my god! I'm surprised there's not a Sarlacc pit in this.
I know,
He's
right?
like, oh, I hope me or anyone like me never falls in one of these. Um, so
That would be
issue,
some Disney canon stuff, bro.
yeah,
Oh, I sure hope nobody falls in a Starlight Pit in the future. And then people be like, he said it. He said the thing. He said it.
what was it? I'm gonna go off a little rabbit hole right now, but the I think it was the trailers for one of the Battlefront games. I think it was the first Battlefront of the EA Battlefront games.
Oh,
Um, they had a Boba Fett like fanfare, um, fanfare little thing like, oh, introducing Boba Fett. It's like, well, of course it's a Battlefront game. You should be able to play as him. But he's like jumping and then using his jetpacks, and he almost falls into the Sarlacc pit. Then he says, "Oh, not this time!" And all the fans were like, "He's alive in new canon," and yeah, it's like, oh man, that was one of the things with which, like, whenever I was younger and I followed the new canon, I was just so excited for things like this. Um, like, oh, he made a reference. Boba Fett could be alive, and it's just constantly comparing. Okay, we have new canon. Oh, this is how it happened in the old canon. So let's try to have it happen just like it, so we can know what it kind of feels like to live it again. And I'm like, looking back now, I'm like, or I could have just enjoyed the stories.
or you could have just adapted it into a show, but okay.
Yeah, and it's not impossible because I mean, did you see the thing we just we just shared with what was the game? Dark Forces,
Oh
or
yeah.
we have, I can't remember his name, but he's doing the Heir to the Empire animated film, and then you're working on some stuff too, like
I was
um,
actually looking into animators, man.
yeah,
Yeah, money's just a bit tight right now, so I'm just getting reading in and stuff.
nice,
I'm helping my sister find a drawing tablet so she can
yeah,
start storyboarding. So it's
nice,
like slowly going towards it, you know.
yeah. Um, so issue, did you have any other thoughts or comments on issue number one?
No, not really.
Okay. Um, I really liked the like you're just thrown into the action. It's a slow build up because you have the conversation between Dooku and Sidious,
Yeah,
but it's very. I think it was pretty well drawn out for that for that story there. It gets a lot faster as each issue goes on,
yeah.
like how many years go by. Like between two panels is like we we don't know how many years. Um, but
I do believe that he is 14 in this.
okay, in issue number two.
Yeah, because he becomes the Mandalore 14,
Oh,
if I'm not wrong. Which I
let's see.
could just be like having a schizo meltdown right now, but
No, no,
I'm
you're
pretty
good.
sure I'm not.
Let me look real quick.
That's an old looking 14-year-old though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
Doesn't have facial hair though, so fair enough.
that's true. Um, so oh my gosh, there's so in the prologue, it is at 52 BBY, and the kind of the main meat of the story is in 32 BBY. So that's 20 years difference. Um, I clicked the wrong one. I forgot it goes backwards. Um,
Hey, if you want, I can share my screen so the live stream can see the pages that we're talking about.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Uh, there we go.
Nice. Yeah, that's an old looking 14-year-old. I mean, I do work at a school where there are 14-year-olds, and some of them do look like adults sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Wait one sec. Just one second, man.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm back. Sorry for taking
Hey,
long.
no, you're good. I actually wanted to explain to the chat, to the people that are watching. There aren't any people watching right now, but I know some people will watch in like a re. Um, no wrong, but I'm scared to turn off my camera because I hope my webcam doesn't go out. But why I'm Zack Snyder's Matt Wilkins is because this is my
Oh.
profile. Okay, so he was 14 whenever he was, I guess, knighted as Mandalore. I guess if that's
My
a
brain is not failing me today, man.
hey,
Haven't
there
missed
you
a
go.
single one.
Um, also, I think Disney just said this is Ahsoka news. Disney just said that I think it was 14 million people have watched the show. Yeah, in just 1 week. It doesn't that sound a little low?
Yeah, I don't know what the Mandalorian get
I have not seen anything about it yet. I was gonna look that up.
because like I haven't seen that. Well, first of all, I haven't seen the numbers. Second of all, I don't really trust Disney to
No,
like
I
report
don't.
on their own numbers. But what I have seen is that Star Wars Theory, he used to get a lot of views on his Mandalorian episode reviews,
Hmm.
and I think his Ahsoka reviews had like 200K or something. But his
Oh,
Mandalorian ones got like millions, I think.
yeah, and
So
I think that that's because which we're gonna go on a Disney Star Wars rant for just a second. Brief
it's gonna take
intermission.
more than a second.
It will be more. Um, they discontinued Legends because they were afraid that people would not be able to keep up with all of the books, all of the comics, all this lore that they had built. But they expect people to watch an Ahsoka show based off of no, three shows that no
Or
one's
if
gonna
you
watch.
count the, for if you count the, what's it called? The Boba Fett episode she was in.
Oh my gosh. Well, see, I kind of count. So what I'm counting is like the animated stuff. Um, the
Oh,
mass audience is not going to watch Rebels. It's not going to watch the Clone Wars. Like the people that go and see like the big numbers of stuff, they're not going to watch that stuff. Um, I know so many people that really like Star Wars, but they don't watch the
animated
animated
stuff,
stuff.
right?
They're like, I love the Mandalorian. That's it. Like this is my first time seeing the character in the Mandalorian. So like you kind of think, okay, yes, watch Mandalorian, watch Book of Boba Fett, but if you're just basing it off of that context, there's so much from just those trailers and from what I've heard that people just have to believe. Um, and I know a lot of people aren't going to watch the shows because of this. Um, but will they enjoy it? Will they watch it? Yeah, probably, maybe. Um, but they were too afraid of making a movie based off of or continuing the expanded universe. But they want to do this too, and I'm like,
Man,
you
they don't
don't
even have to do much. Like,
know.
just do a 2D animated series. 2D animation is the cheapest type of animation.
Yeah,
Okay, like put a small team on it, people who already worked on it. Like, you don't have to do much. The
yeah,
story's there. You just have to adapt it. You're a
right.
huge studio. You can spare, like, how much did they spend on Ahsoka? Like,
Yeah,
Ahsoka budget.
it's getting cold in here.
This is not what I searched up. What the hell?
What the heck? My camera's still on. Maybe technical
Uh,
difficulties. I don't know.
what is- 100 million, bro.
A hundred.
A
Well, that's
hundred
not as
million.
bad as some of the other stuff that I've seen, like The Flash.
Oh yeah.
Was that
No, but
like
like honestly,
300
if
million?
they give a small team of people about 4 million,
Yeah,
which is not even half, it's not even close to the budget of Ahsoka,
yeah.
like they can get that done. I
Oh yeah,
assure you. And it will make them way more money. I feel like
I
that's
think so
way
too.
more profitable.
Yeah,
Like, man.
like imagine if Gindi Tarkovsky was took the job as CEO of the animation studio instead of Dave Filoni, because I think he was offered that.
Okay.
Um, because like they would say, "Oh, we got these new shows. Oh, you're the head of this. Make some Star Wars stuff." And I'm sure he would make all these very respectful EU stuff.
Oh yeah. I
Um,
feel like he had more respect for like what other people were working on and what came
yeah,
before. Cause
for sure.
like there's literally a like there's some behind the scenes stuff from the Clone Wars to where Dave Filoni wanted the episode to end in a certain way, but
Yep.
George told him no,
Right.
and he showed George the version of like
What he wanted.
of what George wanted,
Yeah.
but the one that ended up coming out was what Dave Filoni wanted.
Right.
So I just feel that's super disrespectful. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man. He said no. Like, don't release it.
Right.
Even if you think it's better, it's not your world. Like,
Right. Yeah. For sure. Which some people would be like, well, it would have fit. It's so much. It fit and worked so much better. It's like, well, yes, it worked as a um, like a drama, not a war propaganda, which was what George Lucas based those things off of.
yeah.
Hey, remember what's happening with the troops? Like that's what he was going for.
And I think it's cool that like the Clone Wars show is supposed to be war propaganda
Yeah.
and the like just the Clone Wars show from the multimedia project, it's
Hmm.
supposed to be like you intercepting a transmission.
Transmission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
So it's
uh,
like
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
yeah. Like think about that, but like with the New Republic, like if they did New Republic TV show, Genndy
Man.
Tartakovsky, New Jedi Order, like you've intercepted this thing. And even if it contradicts a little bit, they could just say, well, this was propaganda that was made in the for anti Yuzhong Vong type of things, or they could do that. Like that's kind of what they did with the Clone Wars TV show with
Mhm.
within Legends, but um, they could make it fit more, work better. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my tangent about the Ahsoka show and Disney. It's because it's Dave Filoni. He made a somewhat decent show, um, and yeah,
You talking about the Clone Wars or
yeah, the
Ahsoka?
Clone Wars.
Yeah. I
With
think the Clone Wars is a good show, but
mhm.
it just disrespects what came before.
Yeah,
And it disrespects George also, in my opinion, from what I
I,
just told you.
I think there are some things there. There's some things that are very respectful to like I guess Star Wars as a brand, like the lightsaber fighting combat.
Mm.
Um, the like there were even some good ideas for like uh, that the expanded universe could build off of. Um, there was a comic that tied together Ayla Secura's stories in the Clone Wars TV show and the Republic comics storyline. and it kind of tied them, like they kind of referenced to each other. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a TCW tie-in novel or tie-in comic that references the Republic comics.
Mm.
But anyway, uh,
Okay.
yeah, I'm okay. Getting back to school has got me all coughing.
Uh,
But yeah, anyway, Disney tangent over for now until we read something. But
until you get triggered again.
yes, until we get triggered. Um, Count Dooku is interrogating. No, what's his name?
Who
Um,
is this guy?
he he's
Oh,
friends with
that
Boba.
guy.
What's his name? I can't find his name.
Bro's got that Wedge Antilles haircut.
Oh yeah, he does. Uh, while I'm looking this up, did you hear about that there were two Wedge Antilles in A New Hope?
Oh yeah, doesn't he go like on the X-Wing and then he runs by in the background later on or something like that?
I think what it is that there's two actors that play Wedge Antilles.
What?
Yeah. There were two people casted as him, and they were just like they didn't get the name straight.
What the hell? I didn't see that then. I actually grew to really like Wedge by reading Legends because he's kind of like he's not that important in the movies, you know? Like he does do pretty big things like the Death Star runs and stuff, but he's a pretty background character. Like he's not very important, but man,
So
I
Silaz,
was reading. Oh, what's up?
Silaz is that's the character that with the Wedge Antilles haircut.
Oh, okay.
Um, let's see. Yeah, he's there being interrogated by Dooku. What were you gonna say before that?
Man, I'm sorry. I said this just blew my mind just now. I
What's
don't know
that?
if you saw my face. Do you see these ships?
Yeah,
Doesn't that look like the Slave One?
it
Like
does.
I know from the front it doesn't look like it, but from the back is the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Like what
I
the
see.
hell?
I see what they were going for, because which this is kind of what I like with different people working with different things, or like working with like the same characters, properties, lore, and
Uh-huh.
stuff. Because Hayden Blackman, he worked on the video game just like he worked on this comic here. Um,
Yeah.
but the Slave One was the only. It was the last of I think prison ships. Um,
It was a prototype,
yes,
right?
yeah. Jango Fett ended up blowing up the rest of them, so they wouldn't be able to follow him. But yes, so the true Mandalorians are leading an attack. I believe against a group on the planet. What is the name of the planet?
Let me know which pages you want me on.
Oh, okay.
I've been getting into like Star Wars ships lately, like doing more research on Star Wars ships.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like the more like obscure ships of the EU and stuff like that.
gotcha.
Like my favorite ship is the VT-49 Decimator.
Oh yeah. Which one's
I
that?
like that ship.
What's that from?
It looks like a big TIE fighter, kind of. It's an Imperial ship. It's in the X-Wing books. It's the Dauntless.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
It looks
nice.
pretty good.
I'll have to see a picture to get that memory in my head. But so they appear on this planet because they're taking out these gorilla people. I don't have the exact names. I wish Brennan was here so he could
I
tell
know,
us
right?
what all the names are for all of the
Me and
characters.
Cindy all know her right now.
We all know her. And so they're rushing in. It's like trench warfare. Everyone's dying. They're killing. They finally get through. Um, they're all wounded and hurt. Um, and then they find Tor Vizsla. I think it's a little bit down more. Sorry, my brother has a friend over. If you can hear him,
Just a little bit, but that's fine. I like these vehicles, man. Like they look really cool.
it's crazy to see wheels in Star Wars. Um,
Yeah, I mean they're not normal wheels, but yeah. Like that, there was the farming. No, it wasn't the farming. There was like the other tank, the blue tank
yeah.
on the first issue. It looks really cool.
Hmm.
Oh, here it is.
Yes, right there.
Him with the
Uh,
messed up face.
I believe. Um, so this was a setup. Oh yes, by Montross, um, and so he set up where Jasta Mareel and the rest of the Mandalorians would be attacked, um, and so they realize what's going on. This is the start of the kind of rivalry with Montroth whenever he becomes a bounty hunter, and he has a
Traitor.
rivalry with Django in the video game. And so this was all the setup by him and the Death Watch to take out Justin Muriel. And um, yeah, it's a bloodbath. The art, I just have to say, we haven't really talked about it. Great.
Fake art, man. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. This belongs in the museum, bro.
I got to look up who the artist is now.
I
Ah,
think the only style that I like more than this is the one for the Legacy comics. I forgot
yeah,
her name. The one who draws it.
I can't remember. I know who you're talking about. They do a lot of stuff. Um, anyway, it's a bloodbath. Jaster Muriel is shot, and then he dies. Um, and this is one of the things that, of course, Django had his family killed, and now he has his new family is dying. And so at this point, um, he doesn't really have anyone except for the remaining true Mandalorians. And so they eventually get off this planet and they rendezvous together. And then they realize like Montroth disappears. Um, and then after he disappears, um, Django becomes the leader at the age of 14, becomes the leader of the true Mandalorians. Um,
That's
and
crazy.
so, yeah, me at
When I
14,
was
I couldn't.
14, I was making Minecraft Let's Plays, man. The disconnect.
Right, what was I doing at 14? karate. I think I almost got my black belt. Yeah, I was getting close to
Better than me.
that.
Better than
I was
me.
also playing Minecraft.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, to lead the like the true Mandalorians forward. This issue flies by. Like it's just an
It's pretty
action
fast.
sequence. Um, which it kind of it's nice that it builds off of the fact that this is information given to Count Dooku. Um, and so it's not only something to convince him, like, hey, this is really the guy I want. Even convincing Darth Sidious, this is the guy we want, but also convincing us, the audience, hey, this is why he is who he is. That's why he was chosen to be the clone template for Palpatine's grand plan.
I remember.
Um, I couldn't imagine reading this back whenever it came out, um, and knowing that um, like Darth Sidious was behind the cloning. Because in the movies, it's not really like it's like, oh, it's the Jedi, but in this, it's like it's almost like it's spoiling Episode 3 for us.
Yeah.
But it's really just rewarding us for reading it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Bless you.
thank you. Um, but yeah, so he continues to interrogate, or he got all the information he needed, and so that ends issue 2. What did you think of issue 2?
I liked it. I like the art. I like how many Mandalorians we can see. I like how what's it called? Django's armor, the colorway
Yeah,
that goes on to be Boba's colorway later
which
on.
is it?
Yep. Look at the color of the armor. It's like the
Oh,
green with the red and the yellow with the
yeah,
gray jumpsuit under it.
because doesn't he start out? Oh, he does. Now it does have kind of red. Does it have red in it?
Yeah.
Is that what I
It has
see?
this a red circle in the middle and it has the red on the helmet.
Now I don't have this memorized very well, but the Mandalorian colors. Do you know what they mean and they stand for?
Ah man, I looked it up, but it fits with the character because each of these means like something that he actually went through. And you can say the same for Boba.
Yeah. Um, the color meanings. Okay. Okay. No, I don't want to read an article. I just want the colors. Give me a list.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Gray, yeah, gray is for mourning a lost of love. I'm guessing that's his family, how he lost his
Yeah.
family. So he has a gray jumpsuit. Red is for honoring a parent, aka, Jaster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Black is for justice. Gold, which I would interpret as red, is as the yellow is revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, no, no. Yeah, vengeance, revenge, same shit.
Yeah.
Um, green is for duty. So all of the ones that he has on his armor, uh, like mean something that he's gone through or he is currently going through.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Um, did you say what red was? It's honoring a parent,
Yeah.
which he has a little bit of red on him, doesn't he? I am
Yeah.
slightly colorblind, so it's kind of hard for me.
Yeah, I'll tell you then. He has red on um the outline of the visor.
Yeah.
He has a circle here on the chest, and
Yeah.
his gauntlets are red too.
Oh, okay. It's which is that's interesting, especially since Jasta Muriel's or Chester, is his color is red as well.
Uh-huh.
I wish Hayden Blackman would go back and make a prequel to this. Like that'd be very neat.
You know what I also love about the EU that
What's that?
canon doesn't like will never come close in regards to Boba Fett is that like Boba is supposed to be Jester's legacy. Like that's why um Django raised him. Like he raised him to be Jester's legacy. It's like it's really cool, man. And he has like a
Right.
whole book that he's supposed to follow and stuff,
Yeah.
like with a moral code and stuff, and he strays from it a couple of times, but at the end of the day, he still becomes a Mandalorian, reunites the Mandalorians,
Right.
he's
He
involved, like he really became Jester's legacy in a way.
he did. Which I wish we would be able to see a conclusion um, to Boba Fett's character. Um, but yeah,
My headcanon is that he just died of old age,
yeah.
like, but living happy, you know. He finally had happiness at the end of his life.
hmm I'm actually gonna have to run and do something real quickly. So,
All right.
all right. Sorry, I like forgot how to do anything for a second.
No, you're okay, bro. I left
That was
like 3 times already, so you're fine.
what's that?
I said I left 3 times already, so you're fine.
I gotcha. Um, so that Lydia had called me, and she had her she did her uh, trying on her wedding dress, and she was real excited for that.
Oh.
And so I knew I had to take that
Wait, you saw
call.
the wedding dress?
What's that? No, I didn't see
Saw
it.
the- Oh, okay, okay. I was like, man,
She
I need
saw
to
it.
go
She
see
wore
that.
it, and she was excited, and she was just telling me how excited it was, and she was like, "Why aren't you as excited?" And so I, of course, have two reasons. One, I'm taking a break, and I'm just like letting her, tell me all of it. And then another thing, I haven't seen it yet, so. But yeah, um, yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's almost here.
November, right?
Yes,
It's gonna fly. It's gonna fly by, man. It's gonna
it
fly
will.
by.
No, actually, it's December, uh,
The December.
which December 2nd, which is just after think like it's gonna be here before we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, there was something I wanted to grab too. Do I have them in here? Where's he at? I three. I will.
Yeah.
Look. It. I think it's in here. Where is it at? I 3D printed Boba Fett.
Oh, I saw a picture.
It was a newer print. It was smaller. Where did I put in? Man. But yes, it was that same design. um, let me step out real quick.
Oh God. Ah, I hope this cold goes away. Can't take it anymore.
Where'd he go? I just printed them all off last night. No, it wasn't last night. It was the night before. Oh, I don't know where. Dang. Oh, there it is. So 3D printing, it's getting dangerous.
How so?
Well, I'm
Mm-mm.
going through so much filament. I mean, it's a lot
Oh,
cheaper than buying the actual figures.
yeah.
Um, and if I do some like subscriptions or things, Patreons, I can get licensed to sell things
Mm,
on like Etsy and different things like that. But so this was my first one, my first
okay.
Boba. It didn't print too well because I printed it like this, and the back jetpack didn't work very well, and his arm
Eh,
just didn't print very well. And then I decided to do a different thing, but I made this Wolverine,
Oh, that's cool.
and there were some issues like his claws, but I could add some claws to it, or just have them retract,
Mm,
like say they're retracted. Um, and then this was my better done Boba Fett.
Was it because you put like more supports on it or something?
Yeah, the other one I just did like this, and I think that one there were no supports. It
Oh, okay.
didn't do too bad for no supports. Um, and then I did another one, which that one just fell apart. There were too many supports. But this
Eh,
one, I feel like it's my best looking one. It's a little grainy, but um, Yeah, I'd say my most successful print for like a figure, because I have some helmets that were very pretty good, was
Mm,
R2D2.
that is pretty good. Does it move and stuff, or is it like
No, it
the?
doesn't.
Uh,
I could make it move uh, and just have it like I think you could print it piece by piece. This was
uh,
just one whole one. I just kind of wanted a statue, one to paint. It'd be cool to have like maybe one painted to like my channel colors or something.
true, true.
Which I don't think I can sell any of these. So if I did it like for like 200 subscribers or something, and I did a like a giveaway or something, that would be nice.
Yeah.
There was another thing. I didn't 3D print this. Oh, I can't find it right now. Oh, here it is. Um, everything's falling apart. Goodness gracious. Um, I went to the Disney store. Um, and oh no, here we go. Another Disney rant.
Well, it was coming, man. We all
It
knew
was
it.
coming.
We all knew it was coming.
We went to the Disney store. It was me, some students from my church because I take them on like rewards trips for like helping out different things like that.
Uh,
Church pays for it and stuff, and so
that's
they wanted to
nice.
go to the like to the just the stores and stuff where close to where we were, and we went to
Wait,
Disney and what's that?
where do you live?
I live in Missouri.
There's Disney in Missouri?
Disney stores, yeah.
Oh, Disney
Um,
stores. I thought you meant like Disney
oh yeah,
schools.
yeah, yeah. We went to a Disney store in
Gotcha.
what mountain range is it? Is it? We went to like the Ozark Mountains. If you've heard of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we took them there to Branson. They've That's a town there, and they've got like an amusement park and stuff. And we just spent the weekend there. And so we went to the Disney store. It was just a Disney store there in the outlet, and they of course had like everything on clearance.
Oh, yeah.
Not everything, but
But
everything
like
Star
most
Wars.
things.
Because like you could get the Buzz Lightyear toys, you could get the like Toy Story stuff, like the marketed price or whatever like the tag said. But there was some Star
Mm.
Wars stuff that just wasn't selling, and I was like, Disney, look at you. Like the Marvel stuff,
Look what you did.
regular price. There was maybe a few clearance
Mhm.
there, but it's the Star Wars. Um, and so I was hoping, oh, it'd be great if there were some like Black Series for sale or on sale,
Ooh,
because
imagine.
I would pick those up, even if they had some expanded universe ones, which those don't stay on the shelves. Um, do you have some?
No, no, no. I went to close my window.
Okay.
But I
Um,
wish. I was
yeah.
actually gonna buy the Luke Skywalker figure, but like I'm not trying to buy more stuff
Was it
before I
the
leave.
Heir to the Empire one?
Yeah.
Yes. I got that one whenever it came out. I wanted to get the Crimson Empire one, but that was sold out. The pre-orders were sold out.
Oh,
How do you sell out pre-orders? Like just to keep making them?
dedicated
Don't know.
fans, man. Dedicated fans. People who actually care about Star Wars, not some
Right.
normies that are gonna be like, "Oh, Ray was cool." Like, come on.
Right. Anyway, I was very surprised to find this. I would say that this is a very fine addition to my collection here. I did find something expanded universe. Um, I saw it and I was like, I have to buy this. Um,
What the hell is that? What
this
was it, the
is
Life Day thing?
the Life Day Chewbacca plush.
Nice, nice.
It was on clearance too. There was quite a few of them, and I grab it, and then everyone's like, "What are you doing? Like, what's? We know that's Chewbacca. Okay, why is he wearing
And it's
that? What's the
ugly. Why
story
are
there?
you getting it?
Why are you getting it?" I was like, "Why are you asking me this?" So yes, I want to have him in some of my videos. But yeah, that was something. I like that
That's
they're
pretty cool.
like I like that they're respecting the holiday special.
At least that,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
we
okay.
can't lose every single battle.
Here's my thing. More Disney rant. Why do they? And the holiday special is a special place in my heart. It is bad, but it's good that it's bad or whatever. Why are you giving attention to that, but not the expanded universe?
That's beyond
You
me,
have
man.
the holiday special number 2 and 3 and 4 for Lego, but you don't continue the expanded universe. Like,
Ah,
like they
man,
did,
I couldn't tell you.
they did 3 holiday specials in Lego, and I'm just like, but yeah,
They even had a Halloween special and a summer
yeah,
special.
yeah. That's that. Those are the ones that like those are continuations of the uh,
The
the
holiday special.
the holiday Lego holiday special that they had, which within that continuity, they have the family from the original holiday special. So you have to watch it, the original one, Lego one, and then the other ones. It's a part of the Lego canon. But
It just
yes,
makes me upset, man.
that's my rant. I am glad though that I get to have Chewbacca. I wish they had the whole family. You know, I
Oh
might have
yeah.
to. I should have bought more so I could like dye it, and then I could get Itchy, Mala, and um, Lumpy. But I wasn't thinking that day. I was thinking enough. Um, but oh, I did want to say, is there a certain time that you have to get off?
No, not really.
Okay. Because we're almost 2 hours in and we've only done the 2 issues.
It's all right, man.
Okay.
You had to go. I had to go. We talked about Disney for a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So number 3 starts with the amazing prologue of Count Dooku again with I'll let you pull it up. Talking
This
with
cover
Sigma.
art, man. This cover art.
Oh my god. That so mine sorry for the viewers that are on Spotify. But mine doesn't even have the wording on it. It's just the clean.
Oh man, that looks
I
really good.
beautiful.
Look at that
I'm
hat.
wanting to get a bunch of single issues and then make like up here I have this that picture.
Oh,
You see that?
nice.
I want to do something like that for like the Marvel comics and some other single issues I have, and just like mount them on the wall. But this would definitely be one. I don't think I own any of these Sorry, that's crooked. Any of these in single issues. I might own maybe one of them, but anyway, it starts off with Count Dooku talking with Darth Sidious, and I just want to point out like this room that we're in with all of these like things that he has collected. Um, I would not be surprised if these are like references to other things, or maybe they saw them in here and then they're like, okay, let's elaborate on these later.
Mm.
Um, there's a number of lightsabers, which I don't know if it's confirmed, but I would assume they would be the lightsabers of the Jedi from this issue, just by how he's. Is that? I don't know if it's confirmed on here.
That would make sense, actually.
Well, yes. I'm kind of we're given that just by the way that they're reacting to that centerpiece there, because Darth Sidious is looking at it and he says, "How did one mere man kill so many of your kind?" Um, and they're like looking over at the lightsabers. So, and then he's reminiscing and
Man, can we talk about that real quick?
yeah,
Django, without the Force, without weapons, just hand-to-hand combat, took out like 6 Jedi.
yeah,
Just with his bare hands. Like,
oh
come
yeah,
on, bro. And you're gonna tell me that like the Mandalorians aren't the most elite fighting group in the galaxy?
yeah. My goodness. Um,
I always reference back to that whenever I'm talking to people about like legends. That's one of my favorite parts.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, oh man, yeah. Um, like this is why um, this is why Count Dooku is like this guy is ideal for this thing. And so they go in and they talk. He's reminiscing on it, and he's talking about Gillidrand. Um, and this is maybe one of the most like pivotal points, not only for Django but also Count Dooku, because we all know Count Dooku used to be a Jedi. This was one of the pieces that kind of led him towards that.
Yeah.
I wish this was one of the episodes of Tales of the Jedi.
Imagine. Man.
Like I did like those episodes from Dave Filoni, um, but just to have this would have been great. You've got it here. You've already got it set up. You could make it fit into the Disney canon. Like it fits. There's not really anything that I know of that, you know, messes with it. I mean, like he's just showing up. I mean, you could add that whatever, but like I'm surprised that they didn't already do this. Um, but this was 12 years before the Battle of Geonosis, so it was 2 years before Count Dooku recruiting Jango Fett. And so again, another amazing battle sequence with Jango. Um, he's in full red. They're not full red, but like he's got the like defined um, armor. Also, if you notice anything, or if you have any comment, just jump in.
I don't know if this is gray. I would consider it black, which stands for justice,
Yeah,
and red to honor a parent,
right.
which is what he's rocking right now,
Yeah,
which again fits with his situation, fits with what he went through. He wants
for sure.
justice for Jaster, like
Yeah.
That's how I see it, at least.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Um, and so yeah, they take out this squad of people. They're coming for the governor of this planet of Galadran. Um,
I like this castle. It's very like medieval looking,
it is. I like it
but it
when
doesn't feel
Star
out of
Wars.
place.
Yeah, I like it when Star Wars is fantasy, but also sci-fi. Like sci-fi
Yeah.
jumps into fantasy, uh, and so Django's looking for Vizsla, and the governor's like, "Well, he's not here," um, and Django's being. We can see, which I really like, that third panel up there. We can see him in the scopes of somebody. Um,
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that actually.
yeah. And then, out of nowhere is Vizsla with the remaining Death Watch members. Um, and so Django goes off, and then he gets his jetpack shot down. He crashes. But then uh, the Republic shows up. The Jedi show up in those. I really like the design of those ships. They were in Phantom Menace.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. At the start, right?
yeah, yeah. Which they were used a lot um, whenever, like in the comics and stuff. Whenever the Jedi had to go anywhere, they'd always use that ship. Um, it's like the Republic frigate or something. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, he crash lands right into the nest of Jedi. Um, and he warns the other true Mandalorians that are there that the Jedi are coming. And it's just more of a firefight, more action. We even get to see Count Dooku. Um,
Yo, real
as a,
quick, look at this guy's back plate. That
oh,
looks really cool.
it does. It's kind of an icy New Mandalorians. Is it that one that you're talking about? Or
No, no, this one. Do you see my screen? Like the third guy. Like
oh,
yeah,
oh
that one.
yes, where it's kind of like a
In sections and stuff.
yeah in sections. That's interesting.
That's really cool.
Oh, nice. You don't see that. You always see the slick, clean one.
Yeah, it reminds me of Legacy.
Yes. Um, so the yeah, Django leads the Mandalorians to attack the Jedi, um, but the Jedi are. I mean, like this is we see Master Dooku, um, and so he's coming to arrest them, but they're like, nope, we're gonna fight. Which it kind of adds to the hatred that the Mandalorians have to the Jedi since
Yep.
the Mandalorian Wars. Now, of course, that was not flesh. Was that fleshed out at this point?
I think so, yes.
Sorry, there's a dog out.
Well, I don't know actually.
Mhm.
Because that came out in 2003. The first KOTOR was 2003.
Yep, 2003. Um,
But like there could have been some media.
right.
No, wait. Weren't the Mandalorian Wars portrayed in the Tales comics?
Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah. Or am I like
So that
tripping
was
here?
the Sith Wars. But yes, they were in that. The Mandalorians were involved in the Sith War. Um, which I could see why they would start to hate the Jedi, especially after that, because
Yeah,
they didn't know what the Sith were. Because the Jedi, because Ula Kaldroma just turned to the dark side, um, and then they were just like, he's a Jedi. Like he still had the green blade, um,
yeah,
so I could see them building upon that a little bit. Um,
yeah. I feel like
oh
the
man,
hatred was already there, kind
yeah.
of.
Um,
Also, bring back Mandalorian war droids, please.
Mandalorian war droids, like the Basculus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are cool.
Um, on a little tangent, did you play the Wii or PlayStation 2 version of The Force Unleashed?
No, I played the Xbox version.
So you fight a Basculus.
Oh, really? But only
Yes,
on those versions?
only on those versions. Yeah. You end
Dang.
up finding a Mandalorian on Cloud City. You have to fight a squad of Mandalorians. Sherpa, I think's his name. Um, okay, so Basculus War
I
Droids.
hate the Mandalorian show, man. Everything that you search up Mandalorian related, it's just the Mandalorian show.
Oh man.
Is
Something
it a
I don't.
red basilisk?
Yeah, it's red.
Choppa Natimo?
Yes,
Is that his name?
that's the guy.
Nice. Yo, his
But yeah,
armor is sick. What the hell?
yeah, you have to fight that. Like this was actually my introduction to like the Mandalorians as a whole. Because I was like, these guys, I'm just fighting a bunch of Boba Fett's. I was like, is that them? And then it said Mandalorians in the health bar, and I was like, you have to fight a lot of them in it.
Uh,
Um, but yeah, the Basilisk war droids, yeah, um, those are very cool. But I hated them because they were like the second to last boss before you fight like Vader and the Emperor. Um,
uh,
and so that was the hardest thing. And the only way you could kill them were a quick time event. Um, which I was terrible at with the Wii because you had to like move the remotes and stuff
uh,
certain ways, but it was fun. But
I can imagine.
we do see in this battle here, it does get a bit graphic. Um, a Mandalorian does get cut in half, Darth Maul style.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
I think it's down just a little bit. Yeah, right there. Go up, right there.
Man, they Darth Mauled my guy.
Yep.
That's tough.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised there's not more beheadings, but um,
I think
but
there's
yeah,
one
it's
up here.
yeah. I mean
It's
that's
not very clear.
they. I mean they could have set up his fate, Django's fate. Um, but anyway, big massacre. And then is this Dooku that he's standing off against? No.
No, I don't think so. I think
Um,
Dooku has a beard at this point already.
what's that?
I said I think Dooku already has a beard at this point.
Let's see.
Because I'm pretty sure this guy dies.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Dooku.
actually, Dooku does not have a beard in this.
Yeah. No, but that guy wasn't Dooku.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dooku's down here.
Yeah, that's
Just
Dooku right there.
watching.
Yeah. Dooku looks like he was in from The Incredibles, like a
Oh
Pixar
yeah, true.
kind of. But uh, of course, this is all just Dooku reminiscing to Palpatine about what happened. More than half of the Jedi were killed on this mission. Um, um, all these things, and then he tells us that he becomes a slave.
Mm.
Django becomes a slave, but while he's explaining this to his master, Django Fett shows up. He's of course in the classic armor and all that stuff, and so that ends issue 3. Uh, what did you think?
I really liked it. I mean, I love it because of that one scene where he like just bare hands kills like 6 Jedi.
Yeah.
And also like this final shot over here is really good
Oh yeah.
of him in the rain. Like so
Like
dramatic.
this would be a perfect like shoot like 4 episode arc. Like I couldn't imagine Gindi doing something like this, like he did with the
Yeah.
Clone Wars show. Um, yeah, I mean, this could be a 5 minute comic book, like or 5 minute episode or a 30 minute episode or something. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah. Um, so issue number 4 starts off right where the last one was.
I love
Great cover.
this cover.
Yeah. It really sells what it is. It's just Jango Fett book. Um, but yeah, they're talking about the stuff. He remembers him. Um, Disagreements. He hates Jedi. A lot of
Mhm.
stuff we know. Very important. Um, and then let's see. They're talking about um, Jango ends up poisoning Count Dooku, I believe.
Yeah.
And then
I love the way he pulls the guns with the magnets.
oh
Almost
yeah,
like he has the force.
yeah.
First
Um,
time I read that, I was like, yo, this is sick.
whenever I read through it, I just don't think about it. Like I'm just like, yeah, he can do that. He's that cool. um, but yeah, um, he ends up talking about the virus, and they go into detail about it. Um, and then he has it all set up where he ends up at the top. Um, Dooku admits that he would be the prime clone, and then they talk about what would happen. Um, what happened in Galadrian after that,
Mhm.
uh, and it goes back to the flashback, and then it talks about how he was turned over to the governor, and he was sold as a slave for like spice transportation until some pirates took over the ship, invaded, and he ended up escaping. Um,
Man, look at that armor. Shiny.
oh my gosh. Um, Now, what does blue stand for again?
Uh, are you searching it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
see. Reliability.
I mean, he is a bounty hunter,
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
and that was from. Okay, they talk about that in Legacy of the Force: Revenge. Um, yeah, um, and so basically, Django is yeah, gets out, um, kills his master, and then the governor's freaking out. And what the governor does is he takes all the Mandalorian armor and then makes him a nice new set of armor that Jango Fett does steal. Which, going back to TCW, so the Clone Wars, um, uh, who's it? Ambassador Olmec, or Prime Minister. He was a Prime Minister. He says that Jango Fett was just a bounty hunter and that he stole the armor. Technically, it's true, but he was a Mandalorian. He wasn't just a common bounty hunter.
Bro is literally the Mandalore. How
Yeah, he
disrespectful.
was exactly. Which I can see why Olmec would be disrespectful because he wasn't on Jango Fett's side. He didn't see him as the
Yeah.
Mandalorian leader. Um,
But tradition dictates he is the rightful ruler.
exactly, and he doesn't have a black lightsaber. He
God.
actually works for it.
Oh
Um,
God.
so Tor Vizsla was approaching Corellia, and he ends up getting caught up by Django, and then they
Hmm.
fight. Um, Great fight scene. I really
Oh
like that.
yeah.
I like the panel whenever
He burst through the
Django does a roll.
cockpit. Oh.
He just flies in.
Oh, where he does the roll and he like hits him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the ship ends up blowing up because Django, caused problems. I'm assuming that all the rest of Death Watch was here. Uh,
Django is like a berserker at this point, bro. Like he's just going at it. He doesn't even
yeah,
care. He won't stop.
right. Um, and then they get in the escape pod. Escape pod crashes. Um, they're in the wilderness. No dialogue, like
Straight up
nothing.
fighting.
Just grunts and growls. And then not Jaster Mario, Tor Vizsla just he makes his little comments. Jingle Fett's silent the whole time. Honestly, I gotta look and count. Aside from the prologue, okay, he talks.
He doesn't talk much, man. He's just a
Yeah,
simple
he talks
man
like
trying to make
4
his way through the
but
universe.
he talks barely even more than Boba Fett did in the original
The
trilogy.
OT? Yeah.
Yeah, um, you know, knocks his helmet off. We see all of his gadgets. He fights him, and then um, he doesn't get the kill, but the wildlife does. And
Yeah.
Django just passes out. which I'm
And it's
surprised with a
because he
lot.
had the poison in his blood from the knife or something. So the
Oh,
life didn't want to eat him because he was like bad, I guess.
oh, that's true. Not
Which
enough to kill you.
Torvizla ended up like saving him,
He
actually.
did, man. Oh man. And then a bunch of kids find him, and then
I think it's funny how one of them looks like Boba.
conspiracy theory. I'm kidding. Um, it said it was Corellia, right?
Yeah. Well, it
That's
could
Han
be a
Solo.
moon.
Han Solo confirmed.
Yes.
Um, I wouldn't be surprised if this was Disney
What are
Kid.
you
He'd
kids
go,
all doing out here all alone? Why are you guys riding solo? And that's how he got his name.
oh my gosh.
That's some Disney stuff right there, bro.
Yes. Oh man. Which did you ever watch the Lego special, the Padawan Menace?
Where he changes his name to Ian.
Yeah. Well, he grabbed. It's not that he changed his name. It's just the letters didn't line up. He goes, "Oh no, I'm Han Solo." Better than Solo. Um,
Facts, facts. That's the one that scene got super famous. Where Asajj Ventress throws the box of the droids and they assemble by themselves and it's like super
yes.
cool.
Yes. Man. And then yeah, they were Count Dooku and Jango Fett resolve their. They meet on the same level, and he offers him this job.
Yeah.
What did you think of? Well, that's the
I
end
love
of the
this.
series. What do you think?
I love this. It feels like necessary backstory. Not
Yeah.
necessary, like you can understand the gist of it without reading these, but it's
Hmm.
just great. Especially like as a big Mandalorian fan, like that's my favorite part of Star Wars. This gives us a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, the art style is great. There's some badass scenes on it. Jaster is really great as a character, even though he dies pretty fast. Like you can get a feel for like who he was. He was like an honorable man,
Right.
like I don't know, man. I just 10 out of 10. I have no complaints about this.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, no
Um,
complaints.
yeah, this is. I think this, along with the Darth Maul comic, like these are like top tier um, must
Must
read.
read.
If you want
Yeah.
to read a Star Wars comic book and you want it to be about in the prequel era, these are the ones that you go for. Which I like that they do these um, these mini arcs or whatever, mini series. That's what they're called.
Yeah, I
About the
agree.
villains for each of the movies, which I think they came out. Both of these came out either the same year or a year after the movie. But I like that they add that backstory to it. Um, and even like this doesn't even have Jango Fett's origin, but also Count Dooku's in a way,
Yeah.
um, or at least the start down the path.
I
Um,
mean, they're both villains on the
yeah,
second movie, so it's kind of like two birds, one stone, you know?
exactly. Um, Now it would be really cool if George had worked a story like this into the movies, but uh, like I feel like they were not they were they were good enough for the story, but this does add a lot more backstory to them. Uh,
Yeah.
but it would have been neat if what was it? Oh, if in between one and two, they had a like a TV series like uh, two and three had, like the
Yeah.
Clone Wars. Like if they called it Menaces Revealed, like this story, like this compilation is called, or something like that, and they just built up the some of the backstory, which I wonder if they had learned from that. Um, but because we do get the backstory, not really the backstory, but the setup for General Grievous. Um, and of course, Palpatine was being built up the whole time. But
Mhm.
yeah, definitely say 10 out of 10 for this one. Um, now, I am kind of at a predicament. Okay.
Oh.
For the next episode, um, would we want to kind of continue the like following the Fets, or should we read like what was it, Outlander, the Shard Het story, which I might put up. I'm
Oh.
probably going to put up a poll to see which what the whatever all the viewers would want. But what would you say?
Oh man. Now I want to read that.
Yeah, because that's the next.
Outlander.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
follows up the uh, uh, follows it up in this. Like you turn
Because
the
that's
page
one
and
of the
then
things. That's one of the things that I have like general knowledge about, but I never really like picked it up and read it. You know?
oh, you've not read Outlander before,
No, I haven't.
and you really like the Legacy series without spoiling.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I haven't read it, but like just the concept of the legacy
Yeah.
and like how new everything is and how it literally looks like an updated Star Wars, like
Mhm.
because the sequels tried to do an updated Star Wars, but everything is so clean and it looks just futuristic. Like the legacy universe feels lived in, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah. Have you read any of Legacy? Did you say that you didn't, or that you did?
I read the source book for it, but that's pretty
Oh,
much it.
I have not read the source book, but yeah, Legacy is it's pretty great.
Yeah, I mean,
That
I have three Instagram accounts. I have my streaming Instagram account, which is the one that you usually message me on. That's just
yeah.
like my original character.
Mhm.
But my meme page, the profile picture is Hondo car,
Okay.
and the my on my main, just my regular account, my profile picture is Antares Draco,
Oh, yeah.
the
Okay.
Imperial Knight, because he
Yes.
just like me for real, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man. All that. Okay, so there were a few scenes in this that I had already known about before I read it. And what was it? Well, it was the Jedi fight. The first one was when Django's parents were killed, and he went off with
Um,
the true Mandalorians.
um,
Um, where's that at? It's an issue one. It's when he's like scared and afraid and like curled up. Um, I think that was like the first time I saw people that weren't Boba and Django that wore Mandalorian armor. Um, because I was like, what is this? What? There's more of them?
that would
Uh,
make sense because
yeah.
it's pretty early on in Mandalorian history.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I read it
not
in,
Mandalorian history, but like, you know, IRL Mandalorian
yeah,
history.
yeah. Um, I read them in, it was the visual dictionary or something. Um,
Mm,
but I was like, what is this? And then the big fight with the Jedi and the Mandalorians and Count Dooku, because the book went over, like the dictionary went over the fight and Count Dooku's turn to the dark side. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a yellow Boba Fett, there's a red Boba Fett, there's a blue one, there's a green one. Oh, well, I mean, Boba Fett's green, but like they looked a little different. What is this?
uh,
Um, and even like the yeah, I do like that in the flashback. The last you see of Boba or of Django is him like walking off into the sunset or sunrise, I
oh
guess.
yeah.
Um,
No,
I
I
think it's
really like this comic, man.
both of the endings are very much Jango Fett's character. They're like, "Where are you going?" The kid said, and he says, "To find a job." And then here at the end, it says, "That's what I'm counting on, at least to the way to Camino Tyrannus, and make sure I get paid." Um,
Fair enough.
something I don't know if you knew about this, but Jango Fett was kind of influential in Cad Bane's upbringing. They retconned it that way.
No, I didn't know. I mean, like, I knew that he had something to do with Cad Bane, but I don't generally keep up with TCW lore.
So let's see. Um, trying to find where it talks about it, but I think he was a part of. He kind of learned under Django for a little bit, which is why he's a better bounty hunter.
Than everybody else.
Yeah, or at least which obviously he's not the best bounty hunter in the Clone Wars because I would say Dirge is
Mm,
the top. Let's see. Think I thought that was a short story or something with him. Was I wrong? Or was this
no.
Disney canon? I hope it's not.
Um, I don't know. I think a lot of the Cad Bane stuff came out around the time that the Clone Wars was coming out.
Yeah.
I know that there's like this comic where he works for Maul.
Was that a Disney canon one?
No, I think that's OG, like back when the Clone Wars was coming out. Yeah.
Um, so Cad Bane used to work for Jango Fett. Boba Fett. In fact, Jango helped teach young Cad Bane to be a bounty hunter ropes. What is that from?
Is that on Wikipedia?
I just read it on Google.
Source, I made it up.
It keeps bringing me to. What is the what is it to search for like on a page? What's page search? Like to find
Oh, I don't know.
keywords
I
on
know what you're
Windows.
talking about, but I don't know how to get there.
Okay, so wait. I want legends. I wonder if it's just in the canon tab. I wonder.
Man, I hate being sick.
It might be just new canon. Um, yeah, probably. Why does why does Django Fett like under the category it says so it says like parents and then it has that up here family siblings children then it says masters Jester Muriel like that dude was like his father figure after his dad died
Yeah.
like what
I mean, are you looking at Wikipedia?
yeah like why are
Man, they
they
have gender pronouns on there. I don't really.
they
They're not very trustworthy, in my opinion. Right. Their priorities aren't straight.
oh
No pun intended.
quick search control F okay Cad Bane. Have you read the Tales story of Mark? What is it? I think it's here at the end. No, it's not here. Marvin Fett.
No, the only Tales stories that I've read was Nomi Sunrider and the first Tales comic, Beasts of Alderaan, I think.
The or I was meaning the Star Wars Tales where they had the
Oh,
one off story ones.
no, I haven't read any of those.
So it's very obscure. It is. Um, I think it's supposed to be Boba Fett's cousin. It's kind of a joke. I don't think it's even canon. To
Yeah,
like
no, I don't think any of those were canon.
I think there are some that are close to it. Maybe I don't know. I know Brennan has a like a show on his channel where he talks about like if it's canon or not.
No.
Uh, but did you find it?
No, what was his name?
Marvin Fett, I think.
Bro's name is Marvin.
um,
Some Looney Tunes stuff pops up.
well, probably Marvin the Martian is what it's thinking.
Yeah, no, that's all that pops up.
Let's see. I look up Boba Fett's cousin and it says Jabba the Hutt. And I'm
What
like,
the
no,
hell?
stop. Oh, it's because it's Disney canon. It's going. Oh, here it is.
Of course, it's Disney canon.
Because apparently Jabba has cousins that showed up in Book of Boba Fett.
I know what you're talking about.
Let me screen share. Here.
Why is he drawn like that? What the hell?
That's the animation. That's the style of
Of the comic?
yeah, over here. But yes, his the whole point of the story is he's going to hunt down Jar Jar Binks.
What Jar Jar ever do to him? What the hell?
The fans hated him, so it was a joke. Well, anyway, he finds this
Hmm.
cup of Jar Jar Binks. It's like a Disney Mickey Mouse like branded thing,
Oh,
and he goes, "This is Jar Jar Binks. I will be as popular as my cousin Boba Fett, or something like that."
bruh.
Uh,
That's some robot chicken type stuff.
it's so funny. If Disney brought him into the Book of Boba Fett, I would watch it.
Facts. I wouldn't put it beyond them either, bro.
Behind the scenes. It has not been verified. Fett's existence has not been verified. It's unverified. I can't wait for Brendan to get to this one. Uh, I will debate him in saying that he is canon.
Missed
To
it
the
all nowhere
extent.
today, man.
What's that?
I said we missed the all nowhere today, man.
Yeah.
Sure. Mm.
Let me let me text him to see if he wants to, because I think he's still on my time. It's about nine
Oh,
o'clock for me. So if he's got
yeah, it's
anything
like
going,
10.
is it 10 for you?
Yeah, it's 10 for me. Actually, I've been working on your banner this whole time. Let me send you because I changed it up a bit. You added me on Discord. Can I text you on there?
Yeah.
I want to add some more stuff to it, but that's what I got so far.
Let's see. Pull up my Discord. Oh, that is amazing.
I
That is amazing. I love that.
was
Oh
gonna
my
ask if you
god.
wanted something on the mug, like if you wanted it to say something on the mug.
Oh man. If it could say like it is a fine edition or the fine edition stamp of approval or something.
Okay,
Because
okay.
that's kind of oh That's cool. I love that. Oh man. I will for sure check
Like
it out.
the mug is not really gonna show on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like only if it's like on the TV YouTube or console YouTube that shows like the
Mhm.
whole banner. But it's
Okay.
mainly just gonna be like a stripe, so it's gonna show the head and like the Fine Editions logo. Also, I was gonna ask if you wanted me to put like any of your social medias on here,
Yeah.
cause like I got mine. Um, where is it? Okay. Yeah, like that's my banner. And you see how above cancel me, I have like my social medias. I have my Instagram and my TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you wanted that.
Yeah. That would be cool.
What did you want me to put?
Oh, yeah, could you put my Instagram and then my TikTok?
Yes, sir.
Man, now I need to post on there more or repost my YouTube stuff on there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I might find something. I used to post a lot of the old hard to find Pat Pisa. I think that's Pizzazz comics. They were
Oh, I don't know what that is.
there was this um, Marvel magazine that came out in I think it was the 80s. And so each issue they had a Star Wars little comic strip in there. Um,
Okay.
but it ended up getting canceled early because it didn't sell very well. But they ended up doing a final, like few panels or a final strip for the Star Wars story going on, just concluding the story. And so
Um,
the Star Wars story inside of the Pizzazz comic outlived uh, the magazine itself. But it would have like
dang,
fun games, different things for kids in it,
that's
talking about
cool.
the new Marvel series and different things. But
Um,
yeah, I feel like people don't talk about it that much unless
I
they're
mean, I didn't even know
hardcore
about that.
Star Wars fan. Yeah. Um, but I was able to find some, and then I posted them. But yeah,
Ow. Did you text Brennan?
I did.
One second, man. Let me get some more toilet paper real quick.
Oh no, you're good. This is a long stream. Zack Snyder's Matt Wilkins. Why does he have a sock on his microphone? This is an example of I'm just experimenting with StreamYard here. Let's see.
Okay. I'm back.
Hello. So on Wikipedia, it said that Lucasfilm considers all the Tales comics from the Tales series, that are not completely outrageous or like just the wild fun stories, to have the same level of continuity within the like the C canon
Okay.
status. But it's up to us to determine that. Which there are some that do contradict. Like there's a Han Solo one during New Jedi Order. Um, yeah. There's even a Kyle Katarn. I think it is it what he's. I don't know. It might be what he's doing during New Jedi Order.
Um,
I think that might be canon. I love that the Kyle Katarn profile picture is the actor who played him in the video game.
oh yeah. I actually saw like that guy's Instagram like the
Oh
other
yeah.
day. It popped up. Yeah, he's pretty old now.
Okay, so
Yo, can you send me your TikTok and Instagram handles later?
I'll send that later.
Okay.
So, what is a? Oh, what was that ship that you liked?
Oh,
Um,
it's the VT-49 Decimator.
oh, that's
Doesn't it look cool?
that is really nice.
Yeah, I was looking for a ship for my character, and I landed on this one.
That is really nice looking. They released it in the X-wing game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty. It kind of looks like a Republic attack tank. Can't remember what it's
Yeah, a
called.
little bit. The wings make it look
Yeah,
like that. I love the cockpit. Like, and it also has like a sunroof kind of.
yeah. Oh, guess what I can do?
What's up? Oh, you
I
can
can
print
3D
it.
print it. I'm looking for Star Wars EU ships that I can print.
Try the YU 410. It's a
Oh, so
Corellian ship.
okay, add that to thing. No, don't download. I don't need it right now. Um, Okay, what ship?
YU 410.
Ooh, that's interesting. There's not much on this one. What's the significance of this one? What's this from?
What do you mean?
Like what is this from? Is it just from Armada?
I don't know where it's from. I just know that it looks cool. It's
It does look cool.
like a Carillion ship.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Honor Among Thieves. That's a rebellion era Del Rey book. It's actually one of the last books in the expanded universe that were released.
Oh wow.
So this ship is was only in that one, um, and that was maybe one of the last newest ships we got in the expanded universe.
Sad.
Yeah, it's crazy that like you can just like 3D print Armada ships, and then you could probably download the rule
The base
books.
plate.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
oh, you can probably 3D print the base plate. Oh well, I guess the whatever platform it's on. I don't know if you can do that, but you can print it off, find the blueprints online.
so true.
Yeah, I'm sure there's people that sell stuff like this on there. What's another ship that I? What's like? Because like
Um,
um,
you can do
RG.
Kyle's second ship.
Yeah, what's that one called?
I don't. I know the model. I don't know the actual name. I think it was Raven's Claw actually, but the
Raven.
model is a CRF 1560. Like not 60, like six, and then the letter T.
Oh, 6T.
Yeah, I realized what I said afterwards.
What did we say it was? Ravens. What?
Raven's Claw.
Now I just get all this Harry Potter stuff. Oh, now I get Ravens Claw Country Club from
That's what you were looking for, right?
exactly Star Wars. Ravens Claw. Okay. Oh my gosh. I went to copy and paste it, but it copy and pasted like the entire thing. Ooh, not too bad. I have to do piece by piece. That's a nice looking ship. They need to have it in Lego. Like, come on. Did you see the E-wing?
The E-Wing? No, I didn't see that.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, the set, the Lego set, the Ahsoka one. I did see that. Actually, I saw it a few days after you told me about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I am. What are you reading? Like in the EU, are you um, still in
I,
X-wing?
yeah, I'm a slow reader, man.
Oh no, you're good.
Um, I'm still on Wedge's Gamble.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it in a few days, to be
no, I
honest.
gotcha. It's mowing season, so I listen to it while I do that.
Oh, makes sense, makes sense.
Real nice. Um, I've been reading. Well, what is it? Back to War.
Uh,
Let's see. I'm almost done with Knight Errant. Have you heard of that?
no.
So it takes place a little bit before the Darth Bane story, um,
Okay.
but it's kind of in this in between period where the Sith Empire does not really exist, but it's just a number of Sith lords that are fighting for power. Um, uh, and so I'm on the last issue of that. So tomorrow I'll have it finished. Um, and then I'm almost finished with the Marvel comics, the original Marvel comics.
Oh, I have to read those because of Finchisa, man.
Yeah, Finchai. Who's that? I'm trying to think.
He's the Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian.
He's
Yes,
he's the Mandalorian before Boba.
yes. Um, oh yeah, that stuff was good. I went through. What I did was, I think I bought them all digitally. There was a sale on Comixology where they were like, I feel like they were real cheap. I think they go like $8, but they were maybe $5 each, maybe even less
Okay.
than that per like omnibus. And so I just like went on a shopping spree, like bought as much EU stuff as I could on there. And so I went through and I read like the Lumaya arc, the that Mandalorian that arc, um, a bunch of different things that I was interested in. And then I was like, you know what? I need to read through the whole thing. Um, Especially after I read the Crimson Forever arc, which is what the newest one was, the 108 that came out in, I think it was 2017 or 18.
Mhm.
It might have been 19 actually. But anyway, I read that arc too. I was like, you know what, I got to read all through it, and so I went through and read all of them up until where I'm at now. And right now, it's there was this whole war that was going on with what were they called? Uh, this is after Return of the Jedi. I think
It's
it's
after
after that.
Return of the Jedi, you said?
Yeah. Um, it's like
Mm.
right after the Lumaya stuff.
What'd you say, bro?
It was right after the Lumaya stuff.
Oh, like after she gets injured or something? After she
Yeah.
she like crashes, they think she's dead.
Um, what was it? They did issue 100. It was the what are they called? The Nagai, the Nagai invasion thing.
Oh, okay.
um, yeah.
I need to adapt some of the Marvel comics
Yes.
because of what's it called? Because of Finchisa. Because
Yeah.
he is very important for Boba's story.
I think, yeah. Which I wanted to talk about in the review, um, but which I guess I can talk about it more because what I want to do is take this live stream and then take our review portion of it and then post it on Spotify and kind of do a
Okay.
highlights and then but for the exclusive on here you get this information. Um, what was his name again? Uh,
Finchisa.
Shai Finn Shaisha.
I think it's pronounced Shaisa. That's how I
Shaisa.
pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he mentions Boba Fett being Mandalore, I think, or the leader
Being
of the
what?
Mandalore. I think he
Oh, the
mentioned
leader of the Mandalorian?
yes,
Oh.
but which of course was like kind of a continuity error, but really was what it was it was a deserted clone that pretended to be Boba Fett, and he
Uh,
became Mandalore. He was the Mandalore before uh, Shiza.
oh yeah,
What
dude,
was
what's
his
his
name?
name? He was from Clan's Karada, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because they had to retcon that um, into had to make it work because I don't think because that was supposed to be during the Clone Wars, but oh yeah, um, yeah, the Boba Fett, Jango Fett, the Fetts, very interesting. You know much about their history in like the Mandalorian Wars?
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I was very surprised, and they even made like toys of the lineage of the Fets because it had what's his name? Uh,
Yo, just 1 second, I'll be right back.
no, you're good.
Also, I sent you your banner, like the final version of it. Let me know if you want me
Okay,
to change anything.
all right, I will. Very nice. Oh, I really hope that this webcam still works. I got it from a it's like I think an Amazon return type of thing. It was honestly in a pile of junk at a place, and anything in the bin was like $7. And so I saw it and I was like, hey, don't know how good this is. So I will definitely be doing more, probably some more Lego things. I think reviews would be nice with this too. Um, Even like unboxing and I really want to use it for some Lego stuff. So that should be fun. It'd be neat if I could do like a time lapse 3D print. Maybe it would be interesting. Trying to look up these. Oh no! Oh my gosh! I'm on Google and I googled the Fett clan, and the Wikipedia article comes up. Oh man! Oh man! You guys got to see this clan Fett. Look what they do! Look what they do to Django. Man, they cut his head off. Dang. Oh man.
Um,
Look at what they did to my poor boy Django. So I look up Hut Clan, and this pops up, and I almost die laughing.
Come
They
on,
cut it
man.
off right there too soon.
Don't do my boy like that.
It was 21 years ago. They did it. So Brendan said that he's gonna shower and then he'll hop on.
Okay, bet. Oh, also, did you want me to change anything on the banner?
Could you put? I don't know. I don't know how. If you could add. Will I find my direct messages? Okay. Where's it at? Could you put like my Spotify link on there too?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Just
Um,
send me your handle.
all right.
It's
Not sure how to do that. Because I use the Podcasters app.
if I go on, so
I use the Podcasters app. I'm not quite sure.
but if I go on Spotify and search up Fine Editions, is it gonna show up?
Uh, it would be under Comlink Chatter
Oh, okay, Comlink.
podcast. That's actually what I started with, and then I made the Fine Editions channel.
Is it a picture of Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yes.
Okay. Bro, I almost said your whole government name over here, man.
Oh, it's okay.
It's under your government name.
That's fine. I don't think there's any any other information on there. I don't think it's even linked to my Spotify account itself. I'm still laughing at myself about my profile picture.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Mhm. I just turned down the brightness because I was at school today and I was having some downtime and I need to put that up there. So I just thought it was funny, and then I was like, you know what would be great? Because here, okay, my mouse is being difficult.
Yeah, I can tell.
There we go. I also have. What is it? I have George Reeves, Matt Wilkins. There's Zack Snyder's, and then Christopher Reeve. So, do you play any vanilla Minecraft?
I do. I mainly play vanilla Minecraft.
Oh,
I
you
can give
do?
you a world tour if you want.
Ooh, you know,
Just one
I
second.
could
Let me
give
just
you a
put
world
the.
tour too.
Oh, okay, okay. Sounds like a plan.
It's long and crazy. Let's see, Minecraft. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this stream and then I'm gonna start a new stream.
Okay.
Uh, so stay tuned, everybody who isn't watching.